Eva's heart hammered in her chest as she pressed her lips against Ruby's in the dim glow of the dressing room, the roar of the crowd still echoing from the stage just moments after their sold-out concert in Madison Square Garden. Ruby didn't pull away. Instead, her hands gripped Eva's waist, pulling her closer in a surge of forbidden heat that shattered every boundary Eva had carefully built. But when the door burst open and Ruby's conservative father, the powerful music mogul who owned their label, stood there with eyes wide in shock, Eva knew her world had just ignited into an inferno she might never escape. From that instant, everything spiraled. Eva stumbled back, her face burning while Ruby froze, her usually commanding presence crumbling under her father's glare. "What the hell is this?" he thundered, his voice slicing through the air like a knife. Eva's mind raced. She was just the backup dancer, the one from a small Midwest town who had clawed her way into this glittering New York music scene. Ruby was the star, the dazzling lead singer whose albums topped charts and whose family name opened every door. How had a simple crush turned into this catastrophe? Eva's thoughts churned as she fled the room, her legs carrying her down the corridor lined with posters of Ruby's flawless image. She had joined the tour 6 months ago, handpicked for her precision and energy, but from day one Ruby's charisma had ensnared her. Rehearsals were torture. Eva would watch Ruby command the stage, her voice a velvet storm that made Eva's pulse quicken. "Focus, Eva," she'd whisper to herself during breaks, forcing her eyes away from Ruby's lithe form moving with effortless grace. But late-night talks after shows, sharing dreams under city lights, had blurred the lines. Ruby confided in her about the pressure of being the perfect daughter, the weight of her family's expectations in a world that demanded heteronormative perfection. That kiss wasn't planned. It was the culmination of stolen glances, accidental touches during choreography, and the electric tension that built with every performance. Eva had always known she was attracted to women, but in her conservative upbringing, it was a secret buried deep. Her parents back in Ohio preached traditional values, sending her Bible verses about proper love whenever she called home. "Find a nice boy, Eva," her mother would say, oblivious to the turmoil inside. Coming out wasn't an option. It would mean disownment, the end of financial support that kept her afloat in this cutthroat industry. Now, as Eva hid in her hotel room that night, her phone buzzed incessantly. Text from the tour manager. "Meeting tomorrow. This can't leak." Ruby's message. "I'm sorry. We need to talk." Eva's inner voice screamed. Why had she risked everything? Was it worth it for a moment of truth in a life of pretense? She paced the room replaying the scene. Ruby's father, Victor Hale, was a titan in the music world, his label synonymous with family-friendly pop stars. He had built an empire on clean images, sponsoring church events and railing against deviant lifestyles in interviews. If this got out, Ruby's career could tank, and Eva would be blacklisted. The next morning, the meeting was a battlefield. Victor sat at the head of the conference table in their label's sleek Manhattan office, his face a mask of controlled fury. Ruby was beside him, her eyes downcast, avoiding Eva's gaze. "This indiscretion," Victor spat, "ends now. Eva, you're on probation. One more slip and you're out." Eva's stomach twisted. Probation? She had poured her soul into this job, sacrificing relationships and sleep for the dream of dancing on big stages. But the real blow came from Ruby's silence. Why wasn't she defending them? Eva's mind whirled. Is she ashamed? Does she regret it? As the days blurred into rehearsals for the next leg of the tour in Chicago, Eva grappled with the fallout. Whispers followed her, crew members exchanging glances, wondering if the rumors were true. Her roommate on the bus, a fellow dancer named Mia, cornered her one night. "Is it true about you and Ruby?" "Girl, that's bold." Eva denied it, but the lie tasted bitter. Inside, she questioned everything. What if her feelings were one-sided? Ruby had a public image to uphold, dating rumors with male co-stars carefully planted by PR teams. Eva realized the kiss had exposed not just her heart, but the chasm between their worlds. Victor's pressure mounted. He pulled Ruby aside for family talks, reminding her of her duty to the Hale legacy. Eva overheard one conversation outside a soundcheck. "You're not like that, Ruby. This is a phase. Think of your mother, she'd be heartbroken." Ruby's mother had passed years ago, a devout woman whose memory Victor wielded like a weapon. Eva's own guilt gnawed at her. By pursuing this, was she selfishly dragging Ruby into scandal? The internal conflict raged. Love shouldn't be this destructive, but denying it felt like dying inside. Amid the tension, a small act of rebellion sparked. During a late rehearsal, Ruby slipped Eva a note. "Meet me after. We can't ignore this." Eva's heart soared and sank simultaneously. In a quiet cafe near the venue they talked. "I felt it too," Ruby admitted, her voice trembling. "But my dad, the fans, everything's at stake." Eva reached for her hand, but Ruby pulled back. "We have to be careful." Careful? Eva thought. Is that all we can be? The conversation ended in tears, both women torn between desire and duty. As the tour pushed on to Los Angeles, the strain showed. Eva's performances faltered. A misstep here, a delayed cue there. Critics noticed, online forums buzzing with speculation. Is Ruby's backup losing her edge? One post read. Eva scrolled through them late at night, her self-doubt amplifying. Why fight for something society deemed wrong? Her parents called, sensing something off. "You sound tired, honey. Come home soon." Home, where being gay was a sin, where she'd be expected to marry and settle. Ruby, too, wrestled inwardly. She confided in her journal words Eva would never see. "Eva makes me feel alive, but is that worth losing my family?" Victor ramped up the control, arranging a fake date with a male actor to quash rumors. Photos leaked, and Eva saw them splashed across tabloids. Jealousy burned. Is this her choice or his? A confrontation brewed. After a grueling show, Eva cornered Ruby in the wings. "Are we real or just a mistake?" Ruby's eyes filled with pain. "I don't know. I want you, but the cost." Eva's resolve hardened. She couldn't live in shadows forever. But walking away meant heartbreak. The decision loomed, a precipice neither wanted to face. The tour's relentless pace only amplified the fractures. In San Francisco, amid the fog-shrouded hills, Eva found herself questioning her place in Ruby's life more than ever. Victor had assigned a chaperone, a stern assistant named Lydia, to shadow Ruby, ensuring no more incidents. Eva felt like a criminal, stealing moments in crowded green rooms or hurried whispers during warm-ups. Her mind was a storm. How much longer can I pretend? Each glance from Ruby sent waves of longing, but the fear of exposure paralyzed her. Ruby's internal battle deepened. She lay awake in her luxury suite, staring at the city lights, replaying her life script. Raised in privilege, she had always been the golden child, her talent a shield against her father's rigid morals. But Eva cracked that facade. Why her? Ruby thought. Why now, when everything's finally aligning? Album sales soared, endorsement deals poured in, but the hollowness grew. Victor's words echoed. Our family stands for values. Don't tarnish it. Tarnish, as if love could be a stain. A pivotal moment came during a charity gala in the city. Ruby was the headliner, her performance flawless, but off-stage tension simmered. Eva, dressed in a simple black gown that hugged her frame, watched from the sidelines as Victor paraded Ruby with potential suitors, eligible bachelors from influential families. One, a charming executive named Alex, lingered too long, his hand on Ruby's arm. Eva's jealousy ignited a fire she couldn't contain. Later, in a secluded balcony, she confronted Ruby. Is this what you want? Playing straight for the cameras. Ruby's face crumpled. You think it's easy? My dad's threatening to cut me off if I don't straighten up. The pun hung bitterly. Eva's heart ached. Cut off from money, from family, from the only life Ruby knew. But Eva pressed. What about us? Am I worth the risk? Ruby hesitated, tears streaming. I love you, Eva. But love doesn't pay bills or mend broken families. The admission was a double-edged sword, joy mingled with despair. The fallout rippled. Victor sensed the discord, pulling Ruby into another lecture. That dancer's trouble. Fire her if you must. Ruby resisted inwardly. Fire Eva? The thought was unbearable. Yet obedience was ingrained. She began distancing herself, canceling secret meetings, her texts curt. Eva felt the rejection like a physical blow. Am I disposable? She pondered during solitary runs through Golden Gate Park. Her own family added pressure. A call from her brother. Mom's worried you're getting influenced by that Hollywood crowd. Stay true to who you are. Who she was, that was the crux. Eva had suppressed her identity for years, dating men in college to fit in, but it never felt right. Ruby awakened authenticity, but at what price? A mouth-wan Duck nod. By pursuing this, was she forcing Ruby into a choice that could destroy her? Society's gaze loomed. Fans idolized Ruby as the wholesome icon, not the queer artist. Online trolls would feast if it leaked. In a twist, Mia, Eva's roommate, discovered a hidden note from Ruby. "Be careful," Mia warned. "If this blows up, you're both done." But Mia's sympathy cracked Eva's isolation. "I've got a cousin who's gay. It's hard, but hiding's harder." The words planted a seed of defiance. Eva decided to confide in Ruby one last time, arranging a clandestine walk along the bay. Under the stars, emotions poured out. "I can't keep pretending," Eva said. Ruby nodded, conflicted. "Me neither. But my dad's health, he's stressed, talking about retiring and passing the label to me. If I come out," the implication hung. "Ruin his legacy." They parted unresolved, the weight heavier. As the tour moved to Seattle, leaks began. A blurry photo from the dressing room surfaced on a gossip site. Anonymous tipster claiming Ruby Hale's secret fling with female dancer. Panic ensued. Victor flew in, raging. Who did this? Accusations flew. Was it a rival label? A disgruntled crew member? Eva suspected Lydia, the chaperone with prying eyes. Ruby faced her father alone. "Is it true?" he demanded. She denied at first, but cracks showed. "Dad, what if it was? Would you love me less?" Victor's face hardened. "It's unnatural. Think of the business." Ruby's heart broke. Business over blood. She stormed out, seeking Eva. "We have to fight this," she whispered. But Eva wavered. "Fight how?" The media storm brewed. Headlines screaming speculation. Eva's parents called, alarmed by the rumors. "Is this you? Tell me it's not." Eva's silence spoke volumes. "You're confused," her mother pleaded. "Come home, we'll fix this." Fix, as if she were broken. The call ended in tears, Eva feeling utterly alone. High stakes mounted. Victor threatened to cancel shows, blaming distractions. Ruby stood her ground for the first time. "The show's mine. Back off." A small victory, but the rift widened. Eva pondered her next move. Stay and risk everything, or leave and preserve what's left. The scandal's shadow lengthened as the tour hit Denver, the Rocky Mountains a stark backdrop to their crumbling facades. Eva scrolled through vicious comments online. "Ruby's gay? Groß? Unfollowing." Each word stabbed, reinforcing society's disdain. Her inner turmoil peaked. Why must love be a battleground? She had sacrificed stability for this dream, only to face erasure. Ruby's texts grew desperate. "Ignore the hate. We're in this together." But were they? Victor's machinations intensified. He hired a crisis PR firm, spinning the photo as misunderstood friendship. Ruby was forced into interviews, smiling through lies. "Eva's like a sister." The betrayal cut deep. Eva confronted her in a hotel lobby. "Sister? Is that all I am?" Ruby's eyes pleaded. "It's damage control. Dad's orders." Eva's anger flared. Orders, reducing their connection to strategy. "What about your orders? Your heart?" Ruby's conscience warred. Nights alone, she questioned her compliance. "I've always followed the path laid out," she thought. But Eva's path leads to freedom, terrifying freedom. Her mother's memory haunted. A woman who conformed, dying unfulfilled. Was that Ruby's fate? A clandestine meeting with a therapist, arranged secretly, offered clarity. Suppression breeds resentment. But acting meant upheaval. A family dinner Victor orchestrated became ground zero. At an upscale restaurant overlooking the city, he toasted Ruby's bright future, subtly nodding to Alex, the executive from before. Eva wasn't invited, but she crashed mentally, imagining the scene. Ruby texted mid-meal, "Can't do this." She excused herself, meeting Eva in a nearby park. "He's pushing marriage alliances. For the label." Eva's shock turned to resolve. "Then say no. Choose us." The choice sparked backlash. Victor discovered the meeting, exploding in a phone call to Ruby. "You're throwing it all away for her? She's nothing." Nothing. The word echoed in Eva's mind when Ruby relayed it. Her self-worth plummeted. "Am I nothing?" From a blue-collar family, She had no empire to lose, but her dignity was at stake. She began job hunting discreetly, preparing for the worst. Society's pressure amplified. Protests at concerts, conservative groups picketing with signs, "Keep music moral." Fans divided. Some supported with rainbow flags, others boycotted. Ruby's sales dipped slightly, Victor blaming Eva. "She's poison." Ruby defended her privately, but publicly stayed silent, torn by Mouthwan Dao Duk. Protect the team or proclaim truth. Eva's turning point came via a call from her estranged aunt, out and proud. "Hiding nearly killed me. Don't let them win." Inspired, Eva wrote a letter to her parents. "I'm gay. I love Ruby." Sending it was liberating and terrifying. Responses varied. Her mother wept, her father silent. "We need time," they said. Time, a luxury amid chaos. In a dramatic showdown, Ruby faced Victor in his office. "I won't hide anymore," he scoffed. "You'll regret this. The label's mine to give." Ruby's defiance surged. "Then keep it. I'll build my own." Walking out, she felt unburdened yet adrift. She found Eva confessing, "I chose you." Their embrace was tentative, shadowed by uncertainty. But joy was short-lived. Leaks escalated. An insider sold stories to tabloids. Headlines blared. "Ruby Hale comes out. Family disowned star?" Victor issued a statement. "Personal choices don't align with Hale values." Ruby was cut off financially, her access to label resources revoked. Eva's probation turned to termination, incompatible with team dynamics. Homeless in spirit, they crashed with Mia in a cramped apartment. Eva's mind raced. Was this worth it? Poverty loomed. Gigs scarce due to blacklisting whispers. Ruby second-guessed. Did I destroy us? Yet in quiet moments their bond strengthened, honest conversations forging resilience. As the tour disbanded prematurely, a final concert in Las Vegas became a farewell. Ruby performed solo, dedicating a song to the one who showed me truth. Eva watched from the audience, tears flowing. Post-show they vowed to rebuild. But Victor's parting shot, a lawsuit threat over breach of image clause. The women navigated the wreckage, Eva taking odd dance jobs, Ruby busking in parks. Inner growth emerged. Eva embraced her identity, joining support groups. Ruby wrote raw lyrics, channeling pain into art. Society's judgment persisted, but allies surfaced. Fans starting petitions, celebrities voicing support. A betrayal twisted the knife. Lydia, the chaperone, confessed to the leaks, paid by Victor to sabotage. Ruby confronted him. "How could you?" His response. "To save you from yourself." The paternal love revealed as control shattered Ruby. "You're no father," she declared, severing ties. Eva's family reached out tentatively, her mother admitting, "I was wrong to judge." Reconciliation flickered, but scars remained. The women pondered. Can love conquer all? Or does society always extract a toll? Rebuilding from ashes tested their limits in the months that followed, with New York as their reluctant haven. Eva and Ruby shared a tiny Brooklyn walk-up, scraping by on freelance gigs. Eva teaching dance classes to kids, Ruby recording demos in home studios. The glamour faded, replaced by raw reality. Eva's thoughts often wandered to the cost. "I lost my dream job but gained my truth. Is that enough?" Bills piled up, forcing tough choices. Skip meals or pawn jewelry. Ruby's internal reckoning deepened. Disowned, she grieved the family illusion. "He raised me to shine, but only in his light," she reflected during sleepless nights. Therapy sessions uncovered layers, childhood pressures to perform, suppressing any deviance. Eva's presence anchored her, but doubts crept. Am I dragging her down? A song she wrote, Shattered Spotlight, captured the anguish, going viral on indie platforms. Fans rallied, but mainstream radio shunned it, too controversial. Social backlash persisted. Anonymous hate mail arrived. Freaks don't belong in music. Eva reported it, but police dismissed. Just trolls. The fear gnawed. What if it escalates? Protests at Ruby's small gigs turned ugly, one ending in a scuffle. Eva shielded her, bruised but unbowed. We can't let them silence us, she insisted. Inside, she questioned. Is visibility worth the danger? A moral quandary arose when a rival label offered Ruby a deal, but with strings, Tone down the gay agenda. Ruby debated. Compromise for stability or stay authentic? It's selling out, Eva argued. Ruby countered. We need to eat. The tension peaked in a heated argument. You're asking me to hide again, Eva yelled. Ruby shot back. And you're idealistic while I'm starving. Doors slammed, silence ensued. Eva pondered alone. Am I selfish, demanding purity in a flawed world? Reconciliation came through vulnerability. Ruby declined the offer, choosing integrity. You're right. We fight on our terms. They collaborated on a project, a podcast sharing their story, anonymized at first. Listeners connected, sharing similar struggles. Empowerment bloomed, but so did exposure risks. Family mending added layers. Victor's health declined, a heart scare from stress. He reached out via lawyers. Reconcile or no inheritance? Ruby visited him in the hospital, conflicted. Why now? She asked. His response. I was wrong, but society. Excuses. Ruby forgave partially. I love you, but I love myself more. Leaving, she felt closure's bittersweet sting. Eva's parents visited unexpectedly. Awkward dinner conversations revealed growth. We read books, talked to friends. We're trying. Eva's tears flowed. Acceptance, tentative but real. Yet her father's hesitance lingered. Just don't flaunt it. The comment sparked debate. Compromise for family, or demand full embrace? Professional betrayals surfaced. Former crew members distanced, fearing association. Mia, loyal, helped network, landing Eva a choreography spot in an indie film. Ruby's music gained underground traction. A queer festival inviting her to headline. Success tasted sweeter, earned through authenticity. But a ultimate test loomed. A tell-all book offer from a publisher, promising big money but exposing intimacies. It could help others, Ruby mused. Eva worried. Or destroy privacy. The ethical dilemma tore. Share to inspire, or protect their sanctuary? They declined, prioritizing peace. As seasons changed, resilience solidified. Eva proposed a small commitment ceremony. Not legal but symbolic in Central Park. Friends attended, a quiet defiance. Vows exchanged. Through storms we stand. Happiness flickered but shadows remained. Lost opportunities strained relations. Victor's full disownment finalized, leaving Ruby penniless but free. She pondered. Was the price justified? Eva too reflected on her journey. From hidden dancer to open advocate. Society evolved slowly, laws protected but hearts lagged. A climactic moment arrived at a pride event. Ruby performed, Eva dancing beside. Cheers drowned hate. In the afterglow they embraced. We made it. But it was ongoing, a life of vigilance. The story's arc bent toward awakening. Both women emerged scarred but stronger, their love a beacon amid darkness. Yet questions lingered. In a world of judgment, can true self ever thrive without sacrifice? Years condensed into routines laced with lingering drama, but the core conflicts never fully dissolved. In Philadelphia, where they relocated for cheaper living and a budding queer community, Eva and Ruby built a modest life. Eva running a dance studio, Ruby producing music for independent artists. Financial stability returned gradually, but emotional tolls accumulated. Eva's nightmares revisited the scandal. Crowds jeering, family turning away. Did we win or just survive? She wondered during quiet mornings, sipping coffee alone. Ruby's artistry flourished in authenticity. Her new album unveiled, chronicling the journey. Tracks like Father's Shadow dissected paternal control, resonating with listeners. But promotion brought confrontations, interviews probing the affair. Ruby deflected gracefully but inwardly seethed. Why reduce love to scandal? A fan meetup turned tense when a heckler shouted slurs. Security intervened, but the incident reopened wounds. Society's not ready, Ruby confided to Eva. But we are. Moral crossroads persisted. A documentary filmmaker approached. Tell your story, inspire change. Tempting but invasive. They agreed with boundaries. No family bashing, focus on growth. Filming unearthed buried pain. Ruby recounting Victor's ultimatums. Eva her coming out call. Airing it sparked debate. Supporters praised bravery. Critics decried agenda pushing. Victor watched from afar, sending a terse email. Proud in my way. Ambiguous reconciliation enough? Eva's family integrated slowly. Holidays included Ruby, awkward at first, evolving to warmth. Her mother's hug. You're happy, that's what matters. But subtle jabs remained. When will you have kids? The pressure to conform lingered, Eva pondering. Assimilate or challenge? Betrayals echoed. Lydia, the leaker, faced karma, fired elsewhere for ethics breaches. Ruby forgave. Hate poisons. Eva struggled more. She nearly ruined us. Forgiveness became a personal battle, Eva choosing release for sanity. High-stakes decisions arose when Ruby's label offered reinstatement, with apologies. We've changed, they claimed, citing diversity initiatives. Skeptical, Ruby negotiated. Queer artists prioritized. Accepting meant security, rejecting principle. What do you think? She asked Eva. It's your empire now. Ruby signed, but on terms no hiding. The move back to New York reignited old fears. Paparazzi stalked, rumors resurfacing. A false story claimed infidelity. Eva with a male colleague. Trust tested. Believe me. Eva pleaded. Ruby did, but doubt seed planted. Therapy helped. Vulnerability is strength. Societal shifts offered hope. Marriage equality solidified, but discrimination persisted. Job denials, stares in public. They advocated speaking at events. Eva's studio became a safe space for LGBTQ youth, channeling pain into purpose. A final awakening hit during a family crisis. Victor's death from complications. His will surprised. A trust fund for Ruby with a note. I was wrong. Live free. Tears mixed with anger, too late? Inheritance eased burdens, but Ruby donated half to queer charities. A defiant legacy rewrite. Eva reflected on their path. Sacrifices, careers derailed, bonds broken for love's triumph. Was it right? They married legally. A small ceremony symbolizing victory. Yet in quiet reflection, the story's essence boiled to choices. Hide or shine. Betray self or others. The narrative closed not in resolution but provocation. Was sacrificing family and stability for authentic love ultimately the right choice? Or a selfish indulgence that caused unnecessary pain?